Hi, and welcome to English Channel. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
1. A deadly gift and a broken arm. In 1981, a bomb exploded inside a tape recorder. The explosion seriously injured Ali Khamenei and left his right hand paralyzed forever. Many people believed his political life would end that day. But this deadly gift did not stop him. Instead, it changed his future. Ali Khamenei was once a poor religious student in Mashhad. He grew up in a small home and lived a simple life. Over the years, he faced prison, danger, and assassination attempts. He also lived under strong political pressure. Still, he did not give up. Years later, he became the most powerful leader in Iran. For almost 4 decades, he influenced his country and the modern Middle East. 2. A poor childhood in Mashhad, 1939-1950s. Ali Khamenei was born on April 19, 1939, in the holy city of Mashhad. Mashhad is an important religious city in Iran. Many pilgrims travel there every year. He was born into a religious family of Azerbaijani origin. His father was a cleric and a respected religious teacher. The family had 8 children. Life was not easy for them. They were poor. Sometimes they had very little food. They often ate simple meals like bread, dates, and raisins. They did not live in a large house. Their home was small and modest. From a young age, Ali learned to live a simple life. He did not grow up with comfort or luxury. Instead, he learned patience and discipline. His father was strict but caring. He taught his children to respect religion and study hard. Religion was the center of their daily life. They prayed together and followed religious rules carefully. Ali spent much of his childhood reading and studying. While other children played in the streets, he often sat with books. He listened to his father's lessons and watched how he taught others. These early years shaped his personality. He became serious, quiet, and focused. Poverty did not stop him. Instead, it made him stronger. 3. Education and political awakening, 1950s-1962. Ali began learning the Quran at the age of 4. He showed strong interest in religious studies. As he grew older, he decided to follow the path of a cleric, like his father. He first studied in Mashhad. Later, he traveled to other important religious centers to continue his education. He went to Najaf in Iraq, which is famous for Islamic learning. There, he met many scholars and deepened his knowledge. After that, he moved to Qom. Qom is another major center of Shia Islamic studies. Many young clerics gathered there to learn and discuss ideas. In 1958, his life changed in an important way. In Qom, he met Ruhollah Khomeini. Khomeini was a strong and passionate religious teacher. He spoke openly against the Shah and criticized the government. Ali listened carefully to his speeches. He was deeply influenced by Khomeini's ideas. Khomeini believed that religion should guide politics and society. These ideas made a strong impact on the young student. During this time, Ali's thinking began to change. He was no longer only a religious student. He became interested in political issues. He read books, listened to speeches, and discussed the future of Iran with others. Step by step, his religious education turned into political awareness. The young cleric from Mashhad was slowly preparing for a larger role in his country's history. 4 years of struggle and prison, 1963 to 1978. In the early 1960s, Iran was ruled by Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. He was known as the Shah. Many people believed he was supported by the United States. Some religious leaders strongly disagreed with his policies. One of them was Ali Khamenei. During this time, Ali Khamenei became more active in political movements. He gave speeches in mosques and religious schools. In his speeches, he criticized the Shah's government. He spoke about justice, religion, and independence. Because of this, he became a target of the secret police. The secret police was called Savak. Savak watched, arrested, and questioned people who opposed the government. Ali Khamenei was arrested many times. Some sources say he was arrested at least 6 or 7 times. He spent many months in prison. Prison life was very hard. He was questioned for many hours. He faced strong physical and mental pressure. Sometimes he was kept alone in a small cell. Sometimes he was moved from one prison to another. Even after he was released, he was not truly free. The government watched him closely. At one point, he was sent into exile for about 3 years. Exile meant he had to live far from his home city. He could not teach freely. He could not speak openly. But even in exile, he did not stop his work. He continued to teach and share his ideas quietly. During these difficult years, he became stronger in his beliefs. He also built close relationships with other religious leaders. Among them was Ali Khamenei, who was also in exile. Together, they believed that Iran needed deep political change. By the late 1970s, protests against the Shah grew larger. Many students, workers, and religious groups joined the movement. The country was moving toward revolution. 5. The Islamic Revolution and Rise to Power, 1979 to 1980. In January 1979, the Shah left Iran. His government collapsed soon after. This event became known as the Iranian Revolution. Millions of people celebrated in the streets. Ayatollah Khamenei returned to Iran from exile. A new political system began to form. Ali Khamenei quickly became an important figure in the new government. He joined the Revolutionary Council. This council helped guide the country during the transition. He was trusted by Khomeini and other leaders. Soon, he was given important responsibilities. He served as Deputy Minister of Defense. He also helped supervise the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. This force, often called the IRGC, was created to protect the new Islamic system. It became one of the most powerful military organizations in Iran. Ali Khamenei also led Friday prayers in Tehran. Friday prayers were not only religious events, they were also political gatherings. Through these sermons, he spoke to thousands of people. He explained the goals of the revolution. He encouraged unity and loyalty to the new system. During this time, Iran faced many challenges. The country was changing quickly. Old institutions were being replaced. New leaders were learning how to govern. Ali Khamenei worked closely with other revolutionary figures. He supported the idea that religion should guide politics. Step by step, his influence grew. From a young student in Mashhad, he had become a national leader. The years of prison and exile were now behind him. A new chapter of power and responsibility had begun. 6. Assassination attempt and presidency, 1981 to 1988. In 1981, a violent explosion changed the life of Ali Khamenei. A bomb was hidden inside a tape recorder during a meeting. When it exploded, he was badly injured. His right hand became permanently paralyzed. Many people thought he would not return to public life, but he survived. Only a short time later, he entered a new stage of power. In 1981, he was elected as the third president of Iran. He was still young compared to many other leaders. His country was facing a serious crisis. Iran was in the middle of the Iran-Iraq War. The war had started in 1980 and caused great destruction. Cities were damaged. Many soldiers and civilians lost their lives. The economy suffered deeply. As president, Ali Khamenei worked closely with other leaders. He supported strong national defense. He often visited soldiers and spoke to them. He encouraged unity and sacrifice. The war lasted 8 long years. It was one of the longest wars in the region. During this time, the government relied heavily on the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. The IRGC became more powerful during the war. Ali Khamenei built a close relationship with this force. He trusted its leaders and supported its expansion. The war finally ended in 1988. Iran had suffered heavy losses, but the political system remained in place. By the end of his presidency, Ali Khamenei had gained more experience and influence. He was no longer only a religious figure. He was now a national leader with strong connections in the military and government. 7. Becoming Supreme Leader, 1989. In 1989, a major event shook Iran. Ali Khamenei passed away. He had been the supreme leader and the main figure of the revolution. The country needed a new leader quickly. The decision was made by the Assembly of Experts. This council of clerics had the authority to choose the supreme leader. At that time, Ali Khamenei was not the highest-ranking cleric. Some people were surprised by what happened next. The Assembly of Experts selected him as the new supreme leader of Iran. It was a historic moment. With this position, he received great power. The supreme leader controls the armed forces. He has influence over the judiciary. He also plays a central role in national politics. After 1989, Ali Khamenei moved from the presidency to the highest position in the country. His leadership entered a new phase. He began shaping long-term policies for Iran. He worked to strengthen state institutions. He maintained strong ties with the military and the IRGC. Year after year, his authority grew stronger. From a poor boy in Mashhad to president, and now supreme leader, his journey had reached its highest point. A long period of rule had just begun. 8. The Axis of Resistance and the Nuclear Program, 1990s, 2010s. After becoming supreme leader, Ali Khamenei focused on strengthening Iran's position in the region. He believed Iran should not depend on Western powers. Instead, he wanted Iran to build strong alliances with groups that shared similar goals. Over the years, Iran supported Hezbollah in Lebanon. It also supported Hamas in Palestine. Later, Iran was linked to support for the Houthis in Yemen. These groups were often described as part of an axis of resistance. This term referred to forces that opposed Israel and Western influence in the Middle East. Through these alliances, Iran increased its regional influence. At the same time, Iran continued to develop its nuclear program. Iran said the program was for peaceful energy purposes. However, many Western countries were concerned. They feared Iran might try to develop nuclear weapons. Because of this concern, the United States and European countries placed strong sanctions on Iran. Sanctions limited trade and financial activity. They made it harder for Iran to sell oil and access global markets. The economy suffered under these restrictions. Prices increased. Jobs became more difficult to find. Despite the pressure, Ali Khamenei supported continuing the nuclear program. He described it as a matter of national pride and independence. Negotiations between Iran and world powers took place at different times. Some agreements were reached, but tensions often returned. During these decades, Iran remained an important and controversial player in regional politics. 9 waves of protest inside the country, 1999 to 2022. While Iran expanded its influence abroad, challenges also grew at home. Many citizens wanted political reform and greater freedoms. In 1999, student protests broke out in Tehran. Students demanded freedom of speech and more social rights. Security forces moved quickly to control the protests. Some demonstrators were arrested. 10 years later, in 2009, another large movement appeared. It was known as the Green Movement. Many people believed the presidential election results were unfair. They went into the streets in large numbers. The protests lasted for months. The government responded with strong security measures. Many leaders of the movement were detained or placed under house arrest. Years later, in 2022, new protests spread across the country. They began after the death of Mahsa Amini. Her death caused anger and sadness among many Iranians. Protesters called for social and political change. Again, security forces acted firmly. Demonstrations were restricted. Many people were arrested. These waves of protest showed that Iranian society was divided. Some people supported the system. Others wanted reform or change. Throughout these years, Ali Khamenei remained the highest authority. He emphasized stability and security. He warned against foreign influence. Even during difficult times, he kept control of the main state institutions. By the early 2020s, he had led the country for more than 3 decades. His leadership shaped both Iran's foreign policy and its internal political life. 10. Direct conflict with Israel and the United States, 2024 to 2025. By the mid-2020s, Tensions in the Middle East had grown very high. Iran's relationship with Israel had been hostile for many years. There was also deep conflict between Iran and the United States. In 2024, small clashes and attacks increased across the region. Each side accused the other of aggression. In June 2025, the situation became more serious. Reports said that direct military conflict had begun between Iran and Israel. Air strikes targeted important military sites. Some nuclear facilities were also damaged. The fighting created fear inside Iran. Many people worried about a larger war. Government buildings increased security. Military forces were placed on high alert. At this time, Ali Khamenei was still the supreme leader. Because of the danger, he was moved to a secure underground shelter. From there, he continued to communicate with military and political leaders. He gave messages about resistance and national unity. The conflict caused heavy damage to infrastructure. Economic pressure became even stronger. International attention focused on Iran. Many countries called for de-escalation. However, distrust between the sides remained deep. The region entered one of its most dangerous periods in decades. 11. The end in Tehran, February 2026. In early 2026, the conflict reached a dramatic point. On February 28, 2026, large missile strikes hit parts of Tehran. Some reports described the attacks as part of a major military operation. Explosions were heard across the capital city. Important government areas were affected. During these strikes, Ali Khamenei was inside a secured residential compound. According to official announcements, he did not survive the attack. His death marked the end of more than 3 decades as supreme leader. For 36 years, he had shaped Iran's political direction. He had guided the country through war, sanctions, protests, and regional conflicts. After his death, Iran faced uncertainty. Leaders met quickly to discuss succession. Citizens waited for news about the future. Some people mourned his passing. Others wondered what changes might come next. The event closed a long chapter in modern Iranian history. It also opened a new and uncertain period for the nation. 12. Conclusion, power, isolation, and lessons. The life of Ali Khamenei shows how strong leadership can shape a nation for many years. He ruled Iran for decades and held great authority. Under his system, power was highly centralized. Supporters believed this created stability and resistance against foreign pressure. Critics believed it limited freedom and political reform. His story also shows that a system built on constant confrontation can survive for a long time. However, such a system may also create deep divisions inside society. When ideology becomes more important than economic growth and international cooperation, a country may face isolation. Sanctions, conflict, and internal unrest can follow. In the end, his life leaves an important question. How can a nation balance strength, independence, and the well-being of its people?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.